long. At the moment, it's 80 degrees. This has been Light FM Information. I'm Rick Morgan at WLYT Haverhill. Light Rock continues now with Starbuck. Moonlight Feels Right on Lights at 92.5.
Luck in my direction, I caught it in my hands today. I finally made a tricky French connection. You winked and gave me your okay. I'll take you on a trip beside the ocean and drop the top of Chesapeake Bay. Ain't nothing like the sky that knows a potion. The moon sends you on your way.
Hi, I'm Chris Cluney. Main Street Crew is here today at the invitation of Kathy Schultz to bid farewell to an Amesbury institution camp holiday. Kathy, why are we here today?
Well, to have one last chance for John to see his campers and say goodbye.
And can you tell us who helped you organize this?
Okay, Terry Thomas and Steve Malenkamp.
Thank you for letting us join your party. Can you tell us how many people do you suppose were contacted about this?
Maybe 50 campers, maybe 50 campers. As many as we could remember without John's assistance.
And the age range of the campers that might show up today?
Anywhere from 6 to, I don't know, 45 maybe?
And I know when you contacted me that this was a surprise party. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm hoping it's a surprise.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Much better when I handle.
Well, congratulations, you finally got out of it after 37 years.
Well, thank you very much. 37 years, yes. I'm not the original, but... So, say, what are we going to do here?
Well,
You surprised?
Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. This is very nice, especially on Mother's Day. This is
made everybody happy.
quite a...
John's quite a guy. He always keeps the campers well in hand with an iron fist.
That's right.
Any more than your father?
No, just carried it over from the way he used to. Everything ran the same for years, for 38 years. Same thing. Nothing's changed.
Any campers you remember the most?
Oh yeah, I've got many. I don't know. There may be someone inside. I don't know.
The rest,
But over the years, plenty, sure. Timmy Simpson, I guess, and Trzynski's, and Jason Poling, I would say, in recent years. What else we got?
And of course, you have things. You had the Rumpty Dump and all that sort of thing.
What was the most exciting experience during all those years, would you say?
Watermelon.
Is there one particular incident that sticks out in you? Like a refrigerator door, or?
Well, that didn't have anything to do with camp, really. That was kind of a personal thing.
Maybe
I don't know. I have to think about it. I think if I see
maybe
people.
the Jim Thane incident.
What else?
We have with us now some camp holiday campers. Let's find out who they are. We'll start down at this end and tell us your name and tell us how long ago you were a camp holiday camper.
Allison Linsky, that was a year ago.
A year ago.
Danielle Sullivan, a year ago, sir.
Carol Wojcicki, 7 years ago.
Dale Beaumont, 7 years ago.
Okay, now we get down to it. Tell us some of the things that you remember about Camp Holiday. Something that sticks out in your mind, something you will never forget as long as you live. Maybe it's something you want to forget. I don't know. Just jump right in.
The stairs.
Yeah, the stairs.
What about the stairs?
We always had to sit on the stairs if we did something wrong.
Did all of you end up sitting?
Oh, yeah.
It's my second home. The stairs.
We sat on there a good part of the day.
I always had to sit there for not wanting to play baseball because playing
Yeah.
baseball.
Not going swimming.
swimming. Anything else? That sounds like a... how about some pleasant memories of Camp Holiday? The things that you like to do besides sitting on the stairs.
Painting the little things.
creative arts.
Like what? What were some of the projects?
Little
Plaster
ceramic
past
plastics. Yeah, they were just little things you get to paint. You can hang them up on your wall and everything.
But mainly, what did you do? I know because I had some Camp Holiday campers that are homesick right now.
Going on the Rumpty Dump.
What's for those uninitiated? What is the Rumpty Dump?
After lunch every day, Mr. Moriarty used to take us, used to make a dump run, and he used to make a game out of it, swaying back and forth across the road and everything, stopping short and everything.
Hitting on the old racetrack and getting the dust going and everything.
So that was the highlight of the day, the Rumpty Dump.
Yeah.
Well,
But beyond that, what did you do? How about swimming?
Swimming.
Did you do
every day.
Swimming,
Running, exercise, crab apple fights,
yeah, getting
Camp
into
game.
having people throw crab apples at you. It was fun.
basketball. What do they call
Having
it?
races.
Big wheel races.
Relay races around the barn.
Yep. Skateboards. It was really funny because one day there was no skateboard, the next day everything was skateboards. That's all everyone did.
The day the skateboards hit.
Right.
Now I just had a good question and I forgot what it was. Tell us how you think Camp Holiday was different from other camps.
More
What was there?
personalized, like you got more individual attention.
They,
The camps I went to.
they gave you like a ride home, a ride there, and it just seemed like they really cared because, you know, they'd get to know your parents just as much as they got to know their kids. And, you know, if anything, anyone that knew them knew that, you know, good medical care and everything, and the people were really qualified for the job. So.
Good. Before we let you go back inside, what do you do with your summers now that you're not going to Camp Holiday?
Potty.
We have one party, one work, and two nothings. Okay, I think we're going to go back inside. We'll join the party in progress.
I'm out of here. Let me out of here. You must have done good. You're out there a long time, guys.
We have with us now members of the Moriarty family. They're going to introduce themselves, and we're going to hear a little bit about the beginning of Camp Holiday.
John Moriarty.
Joe Moriarty.
Bud Moriarty. And Rich Moriarty.
Good. The beginnings of Camp Holiday. When did it start? Tell us how it began, a little bit about the early days.
I think the whole idea of Camp Holiday came about from a previous camp idea of Pine Knoll, which was a camp in Wenham. And after the war, my father came back and being a teacher, had the summers off, etc., and decided, well, I think the camp idea is a good idea. And he originated the idea of Camp Holiday, originated in Pelham, New Hampshire in 1947. And at that time, I believe in 1947, 48, 49, was probably the largest day camp in the New England area. It was...
What did they have? How many attendants?
125 kiddos a day that were picked up every day and dropped off every afternoon. They learned various sporting activities, swimming. They learned how to swim. They were awarded for making that accomplishment, for doing that accomplishment. They learned diving. They learned safety. Horseback riding. My goodness, we did everything.
Was there? Did we ever use a bus at any to transport these people, or was it all transported by station
All transported
station wagons?
by private individual car. The instructors had a assigned group of kids to pick up, and they did that each day and brought them home each afternoon.
I think one thing we can add to that is that at that time there was no 495 or 95, and these kids were coming in from Lynn, where at that time my parents and Bud at that time and Rich were living in Lynn, so they were coming from Lynn every day to drive to Pelham, and so
Yeah.
I think the reason Bud got out of Camp Holiday is that
He was
That's too
tired.
tired.
he was sick and
Too
tired of driving 1,000 miles a week, and he just
Yeah.
couldn't take anymore.
That's it. But George never complained about it.
No,
Never.
In
loved
fact,
it.
I remember, in fact, one funny story that I do remember was that our day started usually at around 6 o'clock. We left at around 6 and came back somewhere around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I think was the arrival time back in Lynn. But the old station wagon that we had was an old Ford station wagon, because it was new at that time, but it was still old, and had a hole in the floor. And coming home one day, there was a
They all did.
terrific
Yeah,
thunder and
whatever.
lightning storm and rain and that type of thing. And I remember riding along the road, and there was a flash of lightning, and my father yelled, "Look out!" And I ducked, and we hit a water puddle, and that water came right up through the floorboards and just got me all over. Scared the living daylights out of me. And here I was, I thought I was going to be electrocuted, and I get my Saturday night bath early.
But it was good when we needed to stop, though, because you could put your feet right down to the floor. You didn't have to drag them outside the door. It was,
No,
it was
I think
unique.
you guys are exaggerating.
Oh, Ma was always telling us, God, you guys go through sneakers like nobody had ever seen before in my life. But we always managed to stop the car.
I think from then on, it went from 1950, if I'm correct, to 55. We were over the other side of the hill from where we are right now. And in 55, my father got the football coaching job in Lynn. And at that time, we sold here on the other side of the hill, came over to this side, and from 56 on to last year, we've been right here at our location. Camp Holiday. So almost another, what, 30 years right here.
Yeah, just about.
Well, I want to thank all of you for letting us join your party today, and now you can go inside and join the festivities. Thanks a lot.
Well, I'd just like to say one thing before you shut off, if I can, is the guy this party should be for is not here, and I know he'd appreciate it, really. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you miss it. Let me see it. It looks like your brother did last summer. Let me see it. Come on.
All right.
The only thing you did. Give it up to Nikki. That's John's school. Nikki, the school. Nikki, you want to the party?
We have with us now some more recent Camp Holiday campers. Can we find out your names, please?
John Walker.
Aha. This person here is retired from Camp Holiday, and these people here might have been going to Camp Holiday this summer if it were open. So tell me, what are you going to do now? What are your plans for the summer?
Ride on my ATC.
I don't think we heard that. Say that one again.
Ride on my ATC.
Okay, and go to your aunt.
And we're going to
A vacation somewhere?
Hershey Park. We're going to Hershey Park, Pennsylvania.
Good. And you're retired. What are you going to do with your summers now?
Relax.
Relax.
That's the sure.
Okay, we're back inside to the party.
No, I'm going to miss it. It's just I'm going up there. You can't, you have to be there. You know, great people.
Okay. We have with us now a set of parents of Camp Holiday campers, and your names are?
Linda Walker.
Tell us, what is it about Camp Holiday that you like, that made it a little bit different from other camps?
I think it was the family that ran it. The kids really adored them. It was close to home, and
Family atmosphere.
it was.
It wasn't just business. It was kids had fun. They liked the kids. Great.
Great. So now what are you going to do with your kids, now that there's no Camp Holiday to send them to?
Miss it for sure.
Yeah, it's more of kind of a juggling act now. You know, I do have a sister that watches them and some friends, and we're looking into hockey camp, but we'll certainly miss it.
Okay.
Now take the.
And we have with us now two more Camp Holiday campers, and your names are?
Casey. And Brad.
Casey Calderwood and
Brad Calderwood.
Brad Calderwood. So there's no Camp Holiday this summer, guys. What are you going to do? Any plans?
Not right now.
Not right now. You haven't thought that far ahead. What would you like to do this summer?
Swim.
Go swimming. Now, you used to go to Camp Holiday. Is there anything that you remember that you really like doing at Camp Holiday?
Swimming.
The swimming. How about you? What did you like doing?
Art.
The art? And other things that you could do if you wanted to when you were at camp. What were they?
Just a couple times, right?
Any sports?
Can't follow it now, boy.
Pool. Yeah. We're drawing a blank here. They're going to miss the swimming.
Mr. Catwalk.
The catwalk was also mentioned.
I think it's called that.
He thinks that's what it's called. Well, these new arrivals are going to go in and party. We'll be right back.
Here's a front view of the final resting place for Camp Holiday. What you're looking at right now is where my parents retired. This used to be a barn at one time. It used to be a big barn door. We used to have camp upstairs at one time with the lockers. Craft area used to be up here. It used to be a big barn door in front. And when they retired, or even before they retired, we started restoring the house over and moved camp downstairs. Here's our picnic area where at every Wednesday we used to have our annual cookout. Hot dogs, hamburgers, pizza. We used to cook everything on that grill. And as you can see, we had plenty of tables for everybody to sit at. And also Wednesdays was chocolate milk day. Now we're looking at the pool, which at this date is 21 years old. We put this in. Originally, we used to take the kids down to the lake, which we had a road down back, about 3/4 of a mile. And 21 years ago, we decided to move it up here, and it worked out great. This is where we used to take our Camp Holiday nature trips. Not only did we see leaves and trees, and peppermint trees especially, but also a lot of poison ivy and poison oak, and just bees and wasps, and right after we went out here, we'd come right in for our first aid immediately. But everybody loved it. That Coke machine you're looking at right now has been here for at least 25 years, and you could add another 5 years to it. It's an old dime machine, and we used it full-time right up until, I'd say, about 5 years ago.
That's one of the things that my kids remember especially about Camp Holiday. Mommy, you'll never guess they let us drink Coke at camp. We can lie in the driveway on our towels after we swim and get warm and listen to the radio.
It's the Camp Holiday basketball court, also used for Nerf tennis, Japanese jump rope, and numerous other games. And originally, this is where the old Chesley Farm house was, which we took down in 1964, which in 74 would have been 300 years old. So there is some history here. Thank you.
Are we going to be on TV?
Okay, hey, take care of that thing for me.
Celebration's winding down now.
We want to thank the whole Moriarty family and all of the Camp Holiday staff and campers for letting us join them today in this celebration. This is Chris Cluney along with Frank Gurczak, hoping that you'll join us again next time on Main Street. Goodbye, Camp Holiday. Between the trees there. We had to watch
What?
No Tail this
Come on,
morning
walk.
for 99 cents. She's got it on BCI, you know? Yeah. So we had to watch Peter No Tail.